Welcome to Whispers of the Bayou, where stories flow as deep as the Mississippi and secrets linger like the morning mist. Here, we uncover the lost tales of the South, the folklore, the mysteries, and the spirits that still roam these winding waters. Some stories are passed down in hushed voices, others are hidden in plain sight, but every whisper has a tale to tell. So pull up a chair, pour yourself some sweet tea or a little something stronger, and listen close. Because in the Bayou, the past is never too far behind. Tonight, we will whisper the story of the Ladder Over Treme. Everybody in Treme knew Jalen Baptiste, and his mama stayed in that narrow shotgun house with a porch that leaned just a little too much to the left. Paint peeling like old sunburn, wind chimes clinking even when the air was still. Folks said the house had seen better days. Mama said they would too, just not yet. Jalen was 17, long legs, restless spirit, and pockets that stayed empty no matter how hard he tried. He hustled the honest way, corner store shifts, second line cleanup, loading amps after gigs. But the money never stayed long. New Orleans had a way of taking from you even while it fed your soul. One sticky afternoon, Mama sent him to sell the last thing they had of value, an old brass trumpet that once belonged to his granddaddy. That horn had stories in it, parades, funerals, joy, sorrow. But stories don't pay energy bills. On his way down Claiborne, Jalen ran into Old Man Roscoe, the kind of elder who always knew things before they happened. Roscoe sat under the overpass, with a folding table full of odds and ends, candles, roots, beads, cracked vinyls. Roscoe looked at the trumpet, then at Jalen. "That horn ain't meant to leave your family," he said. "Well," Jalen shrugged. "Neither was poverty." Roscoe laughed, slow and deep. Instead of money, he offered Jalen a small cloth bundle. Inside were dark seeds, warm like they'd been alive too long. "Plant these where the city don't want nothing to grow," Roscoe said. "And what I'm supposed to eat tonight?" Jalen asked. Roscoe leaned close. "Faith don't fill your belly today, but tomorrow, that's different." Jalen went home empty-handed. Mama didn't even yell, and that hurt worse. That night, Jalen planted the seeds in the cracked concrete behind their house, right where the weeds never stayed dead, and the ground smelled like old rain and secrets. He didn't expect anything. New Orleans had taught him not to. By morning, the city had changed. A tower of green, thick, twisted, alive, rose straight into the sky, wrapping fire escapes, street signs, even disappearing into the clouds like it had somewhere important to be. Vines hummed low, like a bass line you felt more than heard. The whole block came outside, phones out, mouths open. Jalen climbed. Above the clouds wasn't heaven. It was uptown luxury. Glass terraces, rooftop gardens, pools overlooking a city that never invited certain folks inside. A world built high so it wouldn't have to look down. Inside one penthouse, Jalen found riches that didn't belong to him. Art stolen from neighborhoods like his, music sampled without credit, money made off culture while the culture stayed broke. And then he heard the voice, deep, heavy. "You don't belong up here." The owner of that place wasn't a giant, but he was large in the way power gets large, fed by taking and never giving back. A man who built wealth on other people's backs and called it business. Jalen didn't fight him. He took back what was already theirs: records, instruments, contracts, proof, and climbed down before greed could get a hold of him. When Jalen reached the ground, the vine withered fast, like it had done what it came to do. The city went back to pretending nothing strange had happened, but things changed. Mama's house got fixed. The trumpet came back home. The music started flowing again, this time with ownership. Treme breathed easier, and Jalen learned something New Orleans been trying to teach folks forever. Sometimes the way up ain't meant to be permanent. Sometimes it's just a bridge. And if you climb it right, you don't come back empty-handed. The Bayou never forgets, and neither do its whispers. If you've enjoyed your time here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because there's always another tale waiting in the dark. Have a story of your own? Drop it in the comments below. Who knows? It just might be our next whisper. Until next time, keep your ears open, because down in the bayou, the past is never as far away as you think.